White girls bleach the fuck out of their hair, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to get their hair to be a certain color of blonde, and you do not see white girls coming on here being like, as white women, we really gotta stop dyeing our hair.
Hi, I'm Essie and you're welcome to the channel where the conversation is real and Essie's got the tea. Today's discourse have been a common conversation on this channel, but today I'm going to be making a dedicated, video on this particular subject. Why white women are allowed to wear wigs, but when black women wear wigs, it's a problem. Alright, so I'm going to put out some videos and then I'll be making my commentary and reaction in between the videos. Without wasting much of your time, let's just dive right into the video. But before then, if you're not subscribed to the channel, kindly do that and please turn on all post notifications so you get notified when next I make any upload. Thank you.
No other group of people care as much as black people do with how their women do their hair. Why are black women constantly put under pressure to show and embrace their natural hair and to prove that their natural hair is a certain way when no other group of women have to do that? I kept getting tagged in this one video of this girl stitching another video of a girl saying, what is the end goal with wigs? And then the girl stitched it and was like, the end goal is for black women to finally embrace their hair. I would like to add in, she did say that she loves to wear wigs herself, and the reason why she doesn't like wearing wigs is because it eats up her edges and that it lifts or whatever. And that currently she's transitioning into not wearing wigs anymore. What caught me off guard about that video was when she said, as black women, and then the fact that it's not our real hair. I'm telling you right now, no other race gives a flying shit what their own women do with their hair.
Why are black women constantly put under pressure to show and embrace their natural hair? I find this statement very problematic because how is it pressure when it has to do with something that grows out naturally from your scalp? To embrace what grows out of your scalp naturally, you feel you're being pressured to do that. This whole conversation doesn't even need to be had because it is no news that natural hair, black Afro natural hair, is political. We've been through discrimination, microaggression because of our hair, and this brought about the natural hair movement because when you look at it, natural hair, Afro natural hair, is the least accepted in the society. These white women that you said are not in each other's faces are in black women's faces. They've said many discriminatory words against our hair, many negative things about Afro natural hair, and that the reason we wear wigs and weaves is because we hate our hair. In my opinion, turning a black woman to embrace her natural hair to me is a way of freedom, way of getting out of the conditioning internalized by society and that negative stereotype that people would always associate black women when it comes to wigs and weaves, that we don't like our natural hair, and that is why we always find a way to hide it. I do not believe that a person can just wake up one morning and hate their natural hair. 70% of people who hate their natural hair today is as a result of what they've heard from people, what they've heard from their family. And these family members heard some of these things when they also were teenagers or preteens. They heard that their natural hair is ugly, their natural hair is this, so they resort to perming their hair or wearing wigs and weave. Now they are passing this whole thing to the newer generation. And when these people keep hearing these things, these negative things about their hair, it has been imbued or ingrained in their mind. And this makes a lot of people hate their natural hair. So we've internalized and normalized the things we've heard from the society, and that is why a lot of people feel really insecure wearing their natural hair out. Always on the lookout. When you wear your natural hair, you're just on your toes. You don't feel really free. And when you just oppose that to when you wear wigs and weaves, it's a different feeling. Lots of you feel really confident on your wigs and weave. Just like we have religious extremists known as religious fanatics, we have misandrists, we have misogynists, we have people that are so deep into politics that they could harm the other person that supports the opposing party. We have a lot of extremists, and we also have natural hair extremists, those who would make you feel like literally everything you're doing with your natural hair, literally everything you're doing about natural hair, if you do not embrace your natural hair, you hate yourself thoroughly. There are people like that. And on this channel, I am proud to say that I do not in any way try to make anyone feel like they hate themselves and that is why they do not want to embrace their natural hair. On this channel, I literally preach black women embracing their natural hair, and I'm trying to make them see that natural hair is better than that weave or that wig that they think is better than their natural hair.
So many white girls bleach the fuck out of their hair, spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to get their hair to be a certain color of blonde, and you do not see white girls coming on here being like, as white women, we really gotta stop dyeing our hair. And I believe that's the same equivalent as black women wanting to wear wigs. Every other race is able to straighten their hair every single day, and white girls do, guys. I know some people think they don't, but they really do. Every day they wake up, they'll blow dry their hair or they'll straighten it. All my white friends do that. So every other race can do that, but then like for some reason for black women, it's like a fucking issue if they don't want to wear their natural hair, when every other race gets to not wear their natural hair and no one cares.
Comparing white people that bleach their hair to black people wearing wigs is disingenuous. And the reason is, today I want us to be very honest. Today's video is going to be an open discussion. I just want a yes or no answer from the videos I'm going to put up. Alright. The first video I'm going to put will be of two different white women. The first one will be putting in tape-ins in her hair, and the second one will be a wig installation. Want you to answer this question. Does the taping or the wig look like their natural hair? Does it look like the hair that grows out of their scalp? Can you tell that it's a wig? Can you tell that it's a taping? Yes or no? Now, the second video would be a black woman installing the same bust down straight wig or wavy wig. Does this look like a hair that grows out of a black person's scalp? Yes or no? Does this look like her natural hair? Yes or no? Now, the last video would be a black woman wearing a textured clip-in. Does it look like natural hair? Yes or no? Now, I don't know what your answer would be, but you can tell clearly from the white woman that you can never tell that that is a wig. You can never tell that they have some clip-ins in their hair to make it fuller. You can never tell that they have some tape-ins in their hair to make it longer. Now, for the second woman, a black woman, now this is in no way trying to embarrass black women. I'm just making a comparison, right? If I had wigs, I would have used myself as an example. You can tell from the second one that that person has a wig on. That person is a black woman and she has a wig on her head. That is not the hair that grows out of black people's head. Black people do not grow straight hair out of their head. Now, from the third woman, you could clearly, you'll be having some confusion, especially for those that do not believe that black hair can have coils. All right, you can tell that you cannot even tell that it's not her natural hair. If you know a lot about natural hair, you cannot tell that that is not her natural hair. It looks natural. I know that black women have not been given lots of options when it comes to wigs, when it comes to clip-ins. We're used to straight wigs, we're used to straight wigs and all that. So we are not really used to anything textured, and there's very limited options when it comes to our textured hair. So yeah, black women can wear wigs, but let's learn to wear wigs that resemble our hair texture. I believe that hair is a form of expression and hair is art, and I believe that people want to explore and wear different hairstyles. It's okay, but let us learn to wear our natural hair more while still exploring other hairstyles like other races. We are free to do all those things, but let us learn to still be close to originality, to still be close to our the things that makes us black people, and our natural hair is part of it. You can wear your bust down tapings or whatever you want to wear, but let us see more of that natural hair. We need representation, not like you owe us one, but we need more of that, because it's going to help take away. There is this negative stereotype when it comes to Afro natural hair, and it will always be like that. And other races would always have one thing or the other to say about our hair, because most of the time, online, literally everywhere, media, everything, you would not see black people wearing their natural hair. It is very rare. Even our celebrities, 90% don't wear their natural hair. It's just only few of them that wears their natural hair. So black people are free to wear wigs, but let's learn to wear wigs that resemble our hair. Let's also learn to wear our natural hair, and you can add other types of wigs that you want to. But your natural hair should be at the forefront. An Afro textured wig should come second before your other choices. I am not a spokesperson, but we are having a conversation, right? Now, saying that your white friends straighten their hair every single time is not the best advice for people with type 4 hair. It is not the best advice, because heat damage is real. For a white person, if they have heat damage, it will not be as noticeable as when a black hair, an Afro hair, type 4 hair has heat damage. Once there is heat damage, like a severe heat damage, that hair is damaged for good. Unless you don't care. Unless you don't care. But if you still want to maintain your coily hair texture, your kinky, your curl pattern, you would really care about heat damage. So saying that, I don't see, in fact, this comparison about white and black, to me, it's far-fetched. The comparison is not comparing. You don't compare different hair textures. It's I don't know. I understand that she has some points, but I still feel like it is very disingenuous to compare both textures of hair. You can never catch a white person wearing an Afro puff or an Afro wig. It will even look weird on them, because that is not the texture of hair that grows out of their scalp. And if they eventually wear that and they post it online by mistake, black people will come for them. And in the comment section, you see something like, they want to be like us so bad. They want to be like you so bad, but you don't even want to be like you. You don't even want to look like you. This is why these people have upper hands when it comes to black people. They always have something to say about us, because the moment you attack them that they want to be like you so bad, they remind you of how you've been hiding the hair that grows out of your scalp. And you put it with straight, and you cover it up with straight wigs, colored wigs, and different things. When you say that white people bleach their hair, also remember that black people also color their hair. There are lots of black people out there with even damaged colored natural hair. So when you say white people spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to bleach their hair, black people also do it. We have blonde, we have ginger, we have ombre, different colors that you want. So let us compare. When you make statements, always come with receipts. Always come with something to hold whatever, to back up whatever you're saying. What does she mean by every other race? Every other race don't have to wear their natural hair, but black people have to wear their natural hair. This whole statement is problematic, very problematic. There is just something about some of the statements made in this video. I don't know if she said it on purpose or not. So what do you mean by every other race don't get to wear their natural hair, but black women have to wear it? Please be for real, please. I don't know what this whole video is pushing out, but it's not pushing out the best advice for black people. I understand that you want women to be free, and I understand that you don't want to be told what to do with your natural hair every single time. But come on. White people, they literally wear their hair all the time. Celebrities, they wear their hair all the time. They could add tape-ins, clip-ins to make it fuller, to make it, longer. But it's their hair texture. Most of the time, it's their natural hair that they're wearing on red carpets.
Other races gets to wear clip-ins, tape-ins. They go get their hair manipulated into being the perfect blowout, so it's voluptuous when their natural hair is not voluptuous at all. It's actually very thin. But nobody cares. So why is it in the black community that we care so much? And let me add in, I personally have worn my natural hair. Before I started doing sew-ins, wigs, and then U-parts, I only started doing that literally a year and a half ago. Before that, I quite literally wore my natural hair. It was either straightened or in like a full, wearing it down, and it looked beautiful. But for me, I have so much hair and my hair is so fucking dense, guys, that it got tiring doing it. And that is something that black women really struggle with every single day. We have very thick hair and sometimes we just don't want to do it. And sometimes we just don't want to ever do it again. And that shouldn't be an issue.
I understand that natural hair can be a handful, especially if you fall under the category of thick and dense hair. There are some hairs I see on TikTok and I'm like, how do you cope? How do you care for this hair? How do you manage? Because of how dense and thick it is. So I understand sometimes not wanting to do anything to your hair, but you don't have to do anything to your hair every single day because you know the unique traits of your natural hair. You don't have to do anything about your natural hair every single day. Taking a break from your hair is understandable, but hiding your hair 24/7, all in the name of taking a break and not wanting to handle it, is a problem. And she said it should not be an issue to not want to do your hair ever again. Are you listening to yourself? When I say literally everything this girl is saying, why she does make sense, I understand her. Majority of the things she's saying doesn't really make sense because it's pushing out a very bad narrative about natural hair. And I don't care. It is pushing out so much negativity because what do you mean by I don't want to handle my hair and it is okay to not want to handle it ever again? Then relax it. Let us know that you're no longer natural. At least you fall under the relaxed hair category. At least it will be easier to manage. Because when you keep pushing out, messages like this about natural hair, it is somehow.
And then if you don't like wearing wigs, don't wear wigs. I think it's a discussion that does not need to be had because nobody else has these type of discussions except us.
If you don't like your natural hair, fine. I also feel like this conversation needn't be had because many of you would still find different excuses upon excuses to not wear your natural hair. And natural hair would always be a public and political discourse because a lot of black people still struggle to embrace their natural hair. So telling them and trying to encourage them to embrace their natural hair is the problem here.
And it's just getting weird. Like, let people do what they want to do with their own hair. You don't know their story. You don't know what's going on. And it's just getting weird.
I also believe in doing what works for you, especially for women who suffer from alopecia, those undergoing chemotherapy. These people are excused when it comes to conversations regarding wigs and weaves because we understand the situation. So I believe people should do what works for them. There is so much negative stereotypes surrounding black natural hair. Our hair is always associated with cheap and poor. And that is why people would say, you can wear your natural hair elsewhere, but when it comes to going for an event, put yourself together. Do something about it. You don't have to wear your natural hair to events. If you wear a textured wig, you're always viewed as someone who cannot afford a buzz down. So these things are always associated with, natural hair is always associated with people being broke, being poor, not being able to buy things. And that is why if you publicly talk about people embracing their natural hair and for them to take a step down when it comes to wearing wigs, they would insult you that you cannot afford it. That is why you're talking about natural hair. That is how much of a negativity that surrounds black natural hair and how much the society would keep conditioning us, putting it out there. Messages, especially black people pushing out messages like this, is also part of conditioning from the society, making you feel like what you have on your head is inferior. If celebrities can wear their hair out more, I swear would make a lot more progress. Not like they owe us representation, right? But people like that in higher places, if they can wear their natural hair to high-end events, the only time they want to show their natural hair is when they're about to launch a hair care product. And that is why Issa Rae would always be that baby, because she has been representing, showing her natural hair unprovoked. Lupita is also one of those people who wear her natural hair. Bola Davis, also one of those women pushing out natural hair. Chimamanda Adichie, even our Nigerian celebrities, they would only show their natural hair online most of the time, but when it comes to events, they would hardly wear their hair out. I'm not saying that some of them don't wear their natural hair, but most of the time, when it's time for that actual representation, we don't really see them. In a nutshell, yeah, black people can wear wigs. If you have 10, you wear your natural hair 5 times, wear your afro textured wig, and just switch it in between with your straight hair, coily hair, whatever type of wig you want to wear. Hair should not be boring. Hair should not be boring. Natural hair in itself is not boring. Neither is it childish. Neither is it inferior. These are the things that we try to pass across. Most of you will see it as an attack. You don't like black women. You're trying to tell me what to do. No. If you feel pressured that you're being told to embrace the hair that grows out of your scalp, there is a problem. Anyways, that is it for today's video. I'd love to hear from you, your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed today's video, kindly give it a thumbs up, share to your friends, and just let me know your thoughts. Please keep it respectful. You can give your opinion without being disrespectful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.